Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to TBT Reviews. I am Matt Burns, and with us, with myself, I've actually got the man, the myth, the legend, Nathan Goff.
Yeah, so we're here. This is just going to be one of the quicker audio reviews that we do for the shows that we've been watching over the last couple of months. Everything some things are on the pipeline, some personal issues, so we're just catch up on a very big backlog at the moment. So this is the first review, which will be for Venom Wrestling, which took place on, Matt has got the date.
Well, it was, it's the Venom Wrestling Federation, and it was May 7th.
Yeah, which we actually did the privilege of having we did the commentary that night as well.
That we did. And it was at the River Rooms,
which is in Stourbridge, in Dudley.
Your favourite place?
Yes, we spent quite a bit of time in Dudley.
We seem to be doing quite a number of visits to Dudley.
Yeah, no, so we were in Stourbridge, really good venue, well set out, and really, really good, just really nice setup with the staging, the leading to the ring, enough standing or sitting, depending what your preference is. So it really was a well thought out venue.
Great atmosphere as well.
Yeah, because it was really close as well. So like the noise was projecting, which then gave the performers the needed boost. Yeah,
I couldn't agree more with that because as much as some people might see it as intimate could be small, it wasn't small.
No.
It wasn't like it was really small, but it felt close, as in, it felt good because you were close to the crowd, you could feel more connection with the crowd. And
it felt like a DCW arena, like the Hammerstein Ballroom.
A little bit, yeah. Which to some they might think is a bad thing. We don't think personally. We think it's a good thing because it adds that little personal touch, wouldn't you agree?
Yes. So, without further ado, or building the lily,
yep,
let's go on to the review. So there were 6 matches on the night, 3 championship matches.
That there was.
And the first match of the evening had the sensational Sol Adams
versus
Harry Singh.
I will say, a bit of a nice, interesting look in this match because I thought Harry Singh played he was a more popular of the two, of course. Absolutely brilliant in interacting with the crowd. Seemed like a fan favourite. Where Saul Adams, he was, as his name says, sensational. He come out trying to look sensational. As if he wants, to be the man. You got to beat the man, bit Ric Flairish.
It was very much a match that actually set the tone for the rest of the evening, because especially in the first half, we had for the first 2 matches much larger, dominant people going against quicker. So it was a style of strength versus speed, and basically agility versus power, which was interesting to see. Harry started the match off going after the much larger and trying to dance around and use his speed to get ahead of Sol, because he knew once Sol got ahead of him, it wasn't going to be pretty.
It was as if he was having to dance. He was having to literally, put his shots in where he could and quickly get out without getting mauled. Because the one thing he couldn't do is he couldn't go toe to toe as in blow for blow, because that would just be absolutely insane.
Yeah, well, it wasn't able to go blow for blow. When once Sol got on him, he was able to work over the body. He did a lot of work on the back, where he was just chucking him around the ring like a rag doll.
Mm.
Whereas when Harry was trying the earlier offensive, he was going after the legs, he was going after the arms, just anything to try and get the big man off his balance.
To catch him off guard.
Yeah.
Which he did at times, to get a few nicely timed, knockdowns, but he had to work for it.
He did get quite a few nice little knockdowns in there. Also, one for the future is Harry, because he is a really good up-and-comer, whereas Sol Adams been around now. You're looking at the best part of a decade. Knows his way around the ring. Very, very steady hand.
Very, and the one thing that also showed in this match is the fact that you've also got Saul Adams, who's got, he's been around the business a lot longer than Harry has, so he uses experience to his advantage as well.
Yeah, like if you look back at Sol's history at Venom as well, so Sol Adams has been there for well over 8 years. The company first started back in 2009, I think,
yep.
And he was in one of the very first street fights, so he knows Venom's a very comfortable territory for him.
Couldn't agree more. However, eventually, it was going to have to come down to a winner.
Yes, and the winner was the sensational one, Sol Adams,
who managed to use his experience, some might say, and power game to take to his advantage on someone who was much smaller than him.
Yeah. So on to the second match. The second match, as I said, very much a power versus speed match again, but this time we had a slower Judge. Now, Judge is not as quick as Sol Adams, but he is as strong, if not stronger.
I'd say just as.
Against Mr. 450, Dan Ryder.
Yeah, who has actually been wrestling for started wrestling quite a bit ago. However, he's had some time off.
Yes.
And this was sort of one of these
from his sabbatical.
Mhm.
So Ringross there started off really well. Cole, it was going for the Colonel tie-ups. He was trying to just kick the lights out and just hit the Judge and just move around the ring, because he knew if he could get the Judge blowing like a whale, then that was the best way of going for the match.
He was hoping for the to use the stamina, possibly the stamina advantage, because he thought with Judge being a larger competitor that he'd be able to outrun him. If he can't, you can most likely outrun him for distance, as in time wise.
Yes, but as we know, the Judge, being the wily ring that he is, was using every underhanded tactic in the book, and once he got his pace and bearings in the match, it didn't take long for him just to start to ground and pound on Dan Ryder, hitting his trademark cannonball spot in the corner.
Mhm. The man used the book, hit him with the book, and then threw out the book.
Yeah, and also just his very unorthodox moveset, where he tries to blind people with his sweat and spit.
Oh.
And borrowing his bit from the Bastion Booger.
I will say he's a very unique character, and if I recall, he comes out, he is the Judge, and I remember the first comment you made, how many judges do you know that work on a Sunday?
Yeah, but he's a very good veteran to have in your ranks if you want a dependable work hand. The Judge is that. He is very, very good at what he does. It takes a good person to come and beat him, but if you want someone who's going to turn up 365 days a year and dish out an unorthodox ass kicking, that is the Judge.
He does dish out an unorthodox beating on people, and he does it with such malice as well. You can see him enjoying it as well.
Yes, he does enjoy it.
That he does. But anyway, in this match, like we said previously, the match came to an end when with the judge taking the victory over Dan Ryder.
Yes. So our third match, which was the first title match of the night, came from the UKWA, the King of the Kingdom
Championship, which is
Drill
versus CJ Connors.
And what can you say about CJ Connors? The man is like Jack Swagger. He is built to go.
With pure aggression.
Very, very good. It's just, there's nothing this man cannot do.
If I'm not mistaken, I remember you watching him doing his work, and I remember you saying, the only thing he probably needs is probably someone guiding him a little bit, try to help him, narrow down the tunnel vision.
Yes.
To zone in, because the man, he's like a wrecking machine, and
he's beautiful. Like his technique in the ring was amazing, and he kept up with Drill. Drill's a champion for a reason, but CJ Connors proved that he was there to hang. Some really, like, you want to talk about an orthodox offense that looked no further than Drill. Drill spent the first 2 minutes of sitting in the crowd while Connors was running the ropes.
But at the same time, okay, it may look like he's been worn out and everything. However, he still had enough energy to keep going after that.
Yeah, but Drill's offense is like unique. He'll tie you up like a pretzel and start rolling you around the ring. He'll try to shove a pork pie in your mouth and turn you around like a Thanksgiving hog.
Pretty much. But at the same time, he's also got some, stiff jabs as well in forearms.
And he moves like a tank. He can move around the ring.
Yeah.
Connors had his fair share of momentums. Like, he's very much like a very British strong style. Like, he's like a mix between Taz and Swagger, where you've got all the suplexes that he can just drop in, but also he isn't afraid of it in like the middle rope.
Yeah.
Flashes or something like that. Very, very well-rounded individual.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, you also stating another one to watch as well, which I actually agree with you on this one. CJ Connors is one to watch, which if you may have either seen or heard of us on our broadcast or seen in some of our written reviews, he is one to watch because he seems to be somebody who's always at the right places, doing the right things and everything.
There's only just the other thing stopping him at the moment is probably the lack of exposure. But once he gets the right exposure, who knows where he could be?
Who knows?
He could end up being the next British breakout star like Gabriel Kidd's been this year.
Could be. It could be. You never know. You never know. He could.
So this match was run by Drill, retaining King of the Kingdom.
As it was with
in a hot-fought battle where pins were traded, near falls, and
headbutt shots.
Running headbutts by Drill. A quick trip to the Witches' Council.
Pretty. You're bringing that up again?
But no, really good match, and Drill retained. After that, we had intermission.
That we did.
And we came back ready for part 2, which was Jesse Jones versus Lord Graham Thomas.
Now,
if I remember rightly, Lord Graham Thomas tried to grab one of the fans from ringside to try and get him into the ring, and the fan would not oblige the Lord.
would not kneel.
He would not bow before the king.
But then again, some people might say the question is if he really is a lord or not. But but in all honesty, to us, he is a lord.
Yeah. Now Jesse Jones, Pro Wrestling Subjective Champion, been all around the country this year defending that belt. Very much like, it's nothing fancy, it's just fists and kicks, and that's what gets the job done.
He knows how to fight.
Yeah, he is a brawler.
Now, on the opposite side, you've got Lord Graham Thomas, who I actually know personally myself. I've actually been in the ring with him a few times, and I will say he is, it doesn't matter who he's in the ring with. You can be smaller than him, you can be bigger than him, you can be stronger than him, you can be weaker than him. He will find a way to somehow use some devious tactic to get you either on your knees or down on the canvas for a possible 1, 2, 3.
That he will. But really good match. It was again a match of two different styles, just coming together and trying to make that blend.
And it was, because you got Lord Graham Thomas, stating bow down to him and everything. He is a lord, which then the crowd decided to display their if I'm not mistaken, their displeasure.
Yeah, and what you don't realise is how strong Jesse Jones is. You look at them T-bones that he does, and he lifts from the hip, it's amazing.
It's not
body strength.
It's not like he like lifts and throws. It's he snaps that throw.
Yeah, and the German suplexes, he can German suplex the judge. So LGT wasn't going to be a problem for him. that you could say you could agree. I would agree with you on that. However, with LGT, he's always got the experience factor in again. Would use that to his advantage as much as possible. However, Jesse Jones does have, he may not be as experienced as LGT, but the fact that he's won that championship and been defending it quite recently, regularly, he is gaining a lot of momentum and experience for himself, which is always great. And he retained here in a hard-fought contest, which will suit him down the line. The more battles he gets into, the more experience he gets from it.
Also, one thing I will note that in some of our possible reviews with that involve Jesse Jones, in some places he is well loved, in other places he isn't so much. However,
he's like Marmont.
Some people love him, some people hate him. But at Venom Wrestling Federation, they absolutely love him.
Yeah. So moving on to the next one, we had Bouncer versus Christopher Drew. Now this was like Bizarro Land, because this is the only place on God's green earth that Christopher Drew is liked.
If I recall, you had to pick up my jaw, didn't you?
Yeah, it was like being in Canada.
I was like, Christopher Drew liked?
Yeah, being a face and trying to pander.
Being lovable? Diving off ropes?
Yeah, so that was unique, and the Bouncer just did not give Drew an easy night.
He
was on Drew like a tramp on chips.
That he was. He was just beating down, and he just kept working on him and working on him. And and the one thing I will say with Bouncer, he was noticing when Drew was going for the high flying, he's making sure that that if Drew was going to make a mistake in a high risk district, he was going to make him pay for it as well.
It was always trying to maintain that one step ahead. Wrestling's a little bit like chess, and what happened here, the bigger people were always one step ahead of the quicker people for this one night, anticipating and adjusting their styles.
Which it did seem like it, and I will say Bouncer was not pulling his shots on Christopher Drew.
No, he chopped him within an inch of his life and choked him within an inch of his life.
It was literally him calling out to the crowd, "You really like this guy?" The crowd was stayed cheered yes, and he decided, right, I'm going to beat him up some more then.
Yeah, and he even threatened Bar, one of the patrons on the night, telling that she had enough drink, even though she only had one drink.
But no, if I call you, he actually threatened two, if I'm not mistaken. He barred one patron for supposed drinking too much, even though he only had one drink, and the person next to him for bringing them.
Yeah.
I think he was taking his job a bit too serious, almost as if if your name's not on the list, you're not getting in.
Yeah, but that was the one with the F5.
Oof. Which which I've actually experienced that move myself. It's never pretty, and
No.
can have hurting effect.
Yeah, so that happened there, and finally the big main event. We actually had the chance to catch up with Steve Valentino.
But this was before the show, which you've probably seen the interview on TBT Interviews, which is on YouTube.
Which explained a lot of build-up, and I can just say it was a pleasure to be able to commentate this man's maiden championship win.
I will say, this match was as much, it blew the roof off. As much as you can say, it could be an old cliche. The match had anticipation, build, energy. It was, you can see that in the match they were giving everything into this match.
Yeah, well, they did give everything.
And more, if I'm not mistaken.
Danny Devine did a brilliant job of focusing on the leg of Steve Valentino to try to take away the super kick and the other moves of Steve Valentino. And also, Danny Devine had
The Metrolette.
His Metrolette on the outside, or Jezebel.
Or, always at hand, ready to do devious tactics.
Yeah, and we thought she was going to be the difference maker, distracting the referee, distracting Valentino, just allow Danny to get in there.
A few shots, which when she did, she got him in. However, I will say, it shows a lot of how do I say this? It showed how hard Steve Valentino was willing to.
How much he wanted it.
How much he wanted it, because he was literally at times, literally on his last leg, begging, crawling, come at me, sit still.
Yeah, and we thought that Danny Devine had nicked one thanks to the Metrolette on the outside. But no, it's just Steve Valentino was like, not tonight, I'm not letting this end like this tonight. And he cashed in his championship opportunity to go one more time.
Yeah, which, not many people who have got a briefcase, after they've just lost the match, would be inclined to cash in, because, if they beat up Bruce and everything, you wouldn't cash in when you're down. However, he wanted that one more chance. He felt that he was so close. He was not going to let Danny steal it from him.
No, and then when he managed to catch Danny with the super kick, the place erupted.
Oh, pretty much. Pretty much.
So that was nice.
And then slammed if I'm not mistaken, the Pirate Driver. Yeah.
And also, his celebration, afterwards, it went for about 15, 20 minutes. I've never seen a venue more happy to see a more deserving champion.
I couldn't agree more. The champ stood tall, happy, proud, and everything. He may have been almost on one leg, but he managed to get the job done. We had to go through technically in a way 2 matches almost. First match, he's been grinded down on his leg, and the second match he's having to continue on. With the injuries that he already sustained from the first match, and he managed to get the win. He stood proud, which any person in that position would stand tall and proud. However, we couldn't say the same for Danny Devine.
No, it's the first man I've seen dumped at a British wrestling event.
Oh, in such, in such quick fashion as well.
Yeah. It was like, you're a loser, see you in a bit.
It was pretty much, no gold, you're lost, bye-bye. And, it was pretty much done and dusted. I will say, it was, end of the show, the crowd were absolutely amazing. You could feel the energy that they wanted Steve Valentino to get the win and everything.
Yeah, well, they did, which is an important thing. So, that is our coverage of what we thought of the event. Obviously, we can't give too much away about the actual matches themselves, since the DVD will be out towards the end of the year of the event.
Potentially, which we do actually want to recommend if you actually see that out on Facebook or anything, or if you want, once they're out, we'll try to plug it out as well as much as possible. So we do recommend that you get yourself a copy, because it was a great night.
Yeah. So, with that, I will end there, because obviously me and Matt aren't in the same venue.
Pretty much, we are having to do this over long distance.
Yeah, so, and also, I am running very low on battery life.
Pretty much. And so with that, we are going to pretty much put a wrap up on this. We're going to put some recommendations out. So straight away, we recommend you check out the UK Wrestle Fan Zone, the UKWA, as they always do fantastic work. Check it if you want to find out more about us. You can find us on our social media. We're all over, which is like Facebook, Twitter, which you don't like, if I'm not mistaken.
No, but we'll go through that. And other than that, though, folks, just follow us on the usual places.
Follow us as the usual places, or if you want to send an email to us, you're more than welcome to, which is at theburningtruth@outlook.com.
Yeah.
And last but not least, I will recommend always check out your local wrestling, and we will most likely hear from you at either the next review, the next interview, or the next broadcast.
Yeah.
So till then, stay well, stay safe.
Bye, folks.
Catch you later.